Hello everyone, this is Arafel playing Radiant Age Saga, and we are in the postgame. Last time we beat the tutorial fairy, who basically said if you can't beat me, you don't stand a chance. Also attempted to use a skill that induced panic, arguably the game's worst status effect, if only because you can't be immune to it. The good thing about it is the skill is reasonably inaccurate, and your characters have some innate resistance, so it didn't actually work on anyone, so that helped. We have a neat moon shape here. This is just saying continues on, and okay, we've got a library full of goblins. Okay, can still save here. Yeah, I did leave and do a little bit of level grinding, buying supplies. Okay, this is the music, okay, dictionary says this is like group or team, so apparently this is the music team. Never made RPG music, so honestly not sure if this was good. It's not bad, it's unexceptional, but okay, you can talk to them across here, that's kind of neat. Not sure if that's an innate thing to the engine or if they had to program it that way. I'll have to check on that later. Anyway, got this scenario team, which is basically the writers. All girl couples, how they naturally occur. Okay, I paid a lot of attention to how girl-girl couples naturally occur when writing. Okay. Yeah, we do have a lot of, not necessarily couples exactly, but there's some implication of a bit of something going on with Reno and Aoi. Clearly seems a little inordinately interested in Minami. There's definitely something going on between Naji and Linda. There are several people interested in Stella. There's an invisible something here. Okay, graphic team. Is this good for monsters? Not really. I'm just drawing girls. And yes, some of the monsters are just basically just girls. Others not so much. There's another moon drop. And there's another star drop, so you do get more of these. I thought I remembered that being a thing. Yeah, there's just that one tile is solid for some reason. Oh, this one, okay, this is the producer representative saying it's a bloodbath. Okay then. The database team, just between us, the strongest magic, Endig. Yeah, there's a strongest magic called Endig. This actually came from a typo of ending. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I think both Maria and Nanahime have that at this point. Alright, you can't page down because that's switch characters. Yeah, Endig, the superpower holy spell that hits all enemies. It actually does more damage even to a single target than Jalarm, which is the next strongest spell. But it costs nearly twice as much, so not great for efficiency. Yeah, I'm kind of curious where some of these other spell names come from. Like, some of them are just straight taken out of English, like Saint Veil, Holy Shield, Arm Down, In Down from Into, Gar from Guard. Poing is kind of, I guess that's supposed to be a removal kind of thing, like poing, it's gone. The death or debuffs, buff or buffs. And then some of the other spells sort of sound like they're like the Hilnon, all Hilno. Yeah, the multi-targets normally have Oda at the beginning, which is not quite how you normally write all in Japanese, but it's similar. And they have Cure, Rock Cure. And D-all is like D, like removal of all status effects. A hue is like a wind kind of noise. Lyricade is again English, but yeah, some of the skills don't have obvious meanings. Like fire is Ade, wind is Volt, which kind of sounds windy, earth is Dolza, ice is Libe. I mean, LF for electric makes sense. But anyway, yeah, we got those things, so let's put a resist all on... Yeah, let's give her the status immunity so I can give her a more useful accessory. I mean, even just this is good for extra attack and defense and fire resist. Or no, what I might want to do is put this on her, so she gets the resist spirit magic as well as extra physical resist. And then Nanahime can have something to boost her spirit. And we give her the resist all elements stone. Yeah, I did switch the commendation from Catherine onto Zephy because she needs the stat bonus more. Although, maybe I should give Maria the status immunity so I can give her a better inner. Yes, so she could have better defense. She kind of needs it. That's better. Although now she doesn't have elemental resist, but with her spirit that high, I don't know that it matters. Okay, so she can have the status immunity, or resist all. And give her a Holy Dragonstone. So that'd give her a Divine Resist, which is probably more useful than that extra bit of defense. Yeah, I kind of wanted this on someone, though, too. Actually, let's put it on her, so she has more defense and extra physical resist. She gets the gold ribbon for the status immunities. Yeah, let's go with that. Anyway, I've been spending too much time playing around with that. Let's get back to the exploring. It's an interesting pillar there, like skulls in the middle of it. Got some beds here. This is to return to the entrance. I think all the red ones will be. Okay, the debug team. And there's probably still bug stuff, sorry. And then we have this prominent switch here. There's a switch. And try hitting it, of course. And there go the lights. A voice says, yeah, what are you doing? Who turned out the lights? Light comes back on. The music team is yelling at us. Please don't just go touching that. Okay, now we can't meddle with it anymore. It says, Swaranu Kami ni Tatari Nashi, which is, it's literally, if you don't touch or meddle with a god, you won't get cursed. But it's basically let sleeping dogs lie. And then, yeah, let's not. Oh, but this guy's changed. Uba. Okay, we've got a Yume Nikki reference. I was not expecting that. Because I do vaguely remember coming as far as this room, I don't remember there being a Yume Nikki reference, so either I never did this, which seems unlikely, or I hadn't actually played Yume Nikki back when I first played this. But yeah, Uba. Uba. Alright. Let's continue on. Yeah, we're back to the Famicom style music. 2 teleporters. Let's start with this one. And okay, energies overflowing from the dragon main, and we can't approach. So I guess you don't go that way first. And this goes all the way back to the entrance. Alright, back in a minute. Oh, and I just noticed after the lights going out, there are now these stacks of, like, piles of paper scattered around that weren't there before. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else says anything different. Which explains this spot that was solid, but it doesn't explain why none of the others were solid, so... I'm guessing they just overlooked something with that spot. Anyway, let's try this teleporter then. It's kind of a neat thing going on here. Almost kind of looks like a Saturn. But anyway. Yeah, there's a teleport there. Yeah, and that goes back to the entrance. So let's come up this corridor. And yeah, that's Stella's sister, Astell. So here you are, Astell. You've made it to the way to the heavens. You've matured more than grown more than I'd realized. But, Namahanka, superficial, half-hearted, Kakugo. It's a resignation. If you're not properly prepared for this, it's dangerous to go on further, and as a Puin type person. Yeah, it took everything I had to make it this far. So, of course, if you can't beat me, it's impossible to show your face to the inhabitants of the heavens, so here it goes, little sister. Okay, we are fighting Astell. She is using 2 swords. Seems a little unfair. Got a scimitar, not scimitar so much as like a saber kind of sword, and then a 2-handed sword. Yeah, Stella, try your strength. Alright, let's start with our usual buffs and debuffs. Guard up. Spirit up. And attack down. Looks like she gets 2 actions. That's pretty typical at this point. But I'm expecting mostly physical attacks out of her because, I mean, just look at her. Alright, let's start quattro driving. She can buff attack. She can do the Beast Lord Slayer, which is the strongest 2-handed skill. She can do defense down. Yeah, Catherine's Slash, which says it is defense down, at least in this version of the game, I think they fixed it later, it actually lowers Spirit instead. Okay, she has some evasion. You seem to be doing okay so far. Alright, let's see. I don't think I've actually tried this spell before, so let's see how it works. Okay, yeah, I guess Catherine just got really unlucky missing twice. And yeah, it's pretty strong for magic, but physical skills are really where it's at. Come to think of it, how will her physical attack skill do? Probably not great. Okay, she can use Sleep Slash. Yeah. Nanahime's Onibi is mostly there for confusion status. And we're not going to get status working on a post-game boss. It's just not happening. And let's lower her spirit for the heck of it. And I better yet, renew the attack debuff. Yeah, Stella's pretty much invulnerable. It's pretty great. Okay, she is laughing now, so very well. I will go all out for the first time in a while. Okay, I think that was Rinnyan's self-attack buff, so let's rebuff defense here. Hit her with attack down again. Let's have them both hit her with attack down. Okay, our defense buff is renewed, except Maria's not defense buffed. Did she get hit with a defense down effect? Get some curing out of Nanahime. Alright, I have her with a half MP thing, so I should be using more spells with her. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Another 10,000 gold, 10,000 experience. Nanahime gained a level, Catherine gained a level. Got that nice beating up effect, and she goes, Gwa! Ah, you've gotten stronger, Stella. Take this. It's a key to open the other entrance to the heavens. Okay, we got a half moon medal, the upper... Okay, dictionary says this by itself is a bowstring, but when you put them together, it's a first quarter moon, so waxing half moon. So presumably the down in that will be the waning moon. Just check that. Yeah, last quarter, third quarter moon, waning, half moon. So, presumably there'll be another one of these, that's the other one, and then they'll go together. Yeah, you need 2 keys. Do you see the quarter on the other side? Now that I've lost the royal family's dragon being guarding there should have activated. Be careful, ahead of here. It's not a place that people are allowed to enter. Like, I feel like I'm not understanding this last line here, because she's saying to turn back if you think you are properly strengthened. So maybe it's a typo, or maybe it's just some idiom I'm not understanding. What happens if we go on? Okay, there is just nothing going on ahead there. This goes to the previous floor, this goes back to the entrance. If we go back to the previous floor... Okay, so we should be able to go to the other side of this now. But I think we're going to stop for this episode. We've seen the developer room, we've seen another boss, so that's plenty of content, right? Until next time, this has been Arafel playing Lady Luck Saga. We are in the post-game, and then there is almost certainly another post-game boss coming up, so come back for more.